the government's willing to give you money, what company wouldn't take it?
But this company has over $48 billion in annual earnings and almost $1 billion in revenue.
Yeah, well, they do have that, but still, if you're going to get free money, why wouldn't you take it? Would you? If the government's going to give you free money, if they're going to give you a tax refund, are you going to take it?
You know what? I need a new fridge, so I'm going to ask Justin Trudeau if he's going to buy me a new one. Do you think I'm going to get one, sir?
I don't know. You can try to do that. See what happens.
Well, we're at the Royal Conservatory in downtown Toronto. It's the site of the annual shareholders meeting for George Weston Limited, which of course is the parent company of Loblaw Companies Limited. And wow, it's been a good year for that company. Revenue, $48.6 billion. Earnings, $908 million. And the dividends to shareholders, up 7%. And of course, chairman of the board, Galen Weston, he was here to address shareholders, and he said that George Weston is a company committed to a high standard of transparency and ethics. Of course, he didn't mention that little price-fixing scandal with the bread that went on for 15 years. He also mentioned that the company's carbon reduction targets were achieved 2 years earlier than first envisioned. Didn't mention the $12 million taxpayer handout to the company for those new refrigeration units. In any event, we were quickly escorted out of the annual general meeting. We weren't allowed to hobnob in the reception with the shareholders, so we're going to stand out here on the sidewalk and as the shareholders come out, ask them what they think about the transparency and the ethics of this particular company given these recent news events. Hi, sir. Were you just at the Weston shareholder meeting?
Yes.
What did you make of it?
Very good. Yeah.
Okay,
But the food wasn't as good as usual.
Geez, that's kind of ironic. I mean, it's a food company.
They had breakfast sandwiches, but they were messy. You know, I've been coming for years, and in other years I think the food's been better, but the meeting's still excellent, you know.
What's in these swag bags? That's what I want to know.
Look, but it gets bigger every year.
Hopefully it stacks $100 bills then.
Oh, yeah, it's always great stuff, yeah.
Well, sir, I'm just wondering, Galen Weston mentioned in his remarks how this is a company committed to ethics and transparency, and yet in recent years we've had the bread price-fixing scandal. More recently we had this company taking $12 million of taxpayer money for new refrigerants. Does that sound like an ethical and transparent company to you?
Well, you never know what goes on with business, you know. I don't think they do anything dishonest. I trust the Weston family, you know.
Well, price-fixing bread, sir, that would be...
Well, maybe, but, you know, it's all competition. Yeah. No, it doesn't upset me.
You know, things happen in every company. Part of life, you know, that's it, you know.
I'm not going to answer that.
No?
No.
Okay, then.
I'm a shareholder, and they're doing well.
Okay, then. So it's a matter of business is business?
Well, hopefully the younger crowd is doing better than the older crowd.
Okay, then.
If the government's willing to give you money, what company wouldn't take it?
But this company has over $48 billion in annual earnings and almost $1 billion in revenue.
Yeah, well, they do have that, but still, if you're going to get free money, why wouldn't you take it? Would you? If the government's going to give you free money, if they're going to give you a tax refund, are you going to take it?
You know what? I need a new fridge, so I'm going to ask Justin Trudeau if he's going to buy me a new one. Do you think I'm going to get one, sir?
I don't know. You can try to do that. See what happens.
But certainly with getting taxpayer money for these refrigerants, I mean, this is a company with earnings of almost $1 billion, revenue, I think $48 billion plus. Does it need a handout?
I wouldn't think so.
It doesn't sound very ethical, though, does it?
It's not ethical, but things happen.
Okay.
Whether you have the control or you don't have the control, they just happen.
But I mean, in the terms of price fixing, this was really attacking, the very poorest people. They're fixing the price of their daily bread, and in the case of $12 million for new refrigerators, I mean, I need a new fridge. Maybe you do too. Is Justin Trudeau going to buy us a new refrigerator?
Well, I don't know what I can say to that, but it happened, and they took care of it, and that's it.
Well, they took care of the price fixing of the bread with the $25 gift cards.
Right, yeah.
But do you think, in terms of the the grant of the $12 million of taxpayer money, they should give that back?
Yes, I think, yeah.
You know, we heard Mr. Weston saying that this is a company committed to ethics and transparency, and yet in some of the recent events, the price fixing of bread, the taking $12 million of Canadian tax money for new refrigerants, does that sound very ethical to you, ma'am?
No comment.
It wasn't mentioned at all, but the bread thing was resolved, but it went on for 14 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
Does that sound like an ethical, transparent company to you?
no. But I still shop there. But what can I say?
But sir, doesn't this company already have an incentive to be more energy efficient with its refrigeration because they'll save energy costs, right?
Of course, but
So why do they need a handout?
because there's always somebody that's willing to say, again, it's the case. Like, if you got a free fridge, you take it. So, everybody's going to take if anybody's handing money out, they're going to take it. It's as simple as that.
Certainly, I take your point with the grants. That's nothing illegal, but certainly fixing the price of bread and preying on the most vulnerable consumers, that was illegal.
Yeah, and that cost them $74 million. Because they gave out, they handed out all these coupons to everybody.
$25.
Yeah, $25, and that cost them $74 million overall. So yeah,
What did they make from the price fixing over the 15-year period?
nobody's ever going to tell you that, are they?
I think that a company is very, very large, and it's like almost like a small country. And I believe that it's highly possible to have one thing going wrong, but 99% of the things going right. So I'm grateful for the benevolence of the Weston family.
Well, speaking of benevolence, do you think they should give that $12 million back to the Canadian taxpayers?
I think they need to. I think they're doing a good job managing the company, and I don't really have an opinion on that subject. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Those shareholders of George Weston Limited, the ones who would talk to us, they acknowledge there's been some bad behavior by this company in the past, but they're really not that put out of sorts by it. They still continue to be shareholders, and they still continue to shop at the company. I mean, look at that revenue. Look at those earnings, because at the end of the day, whether you're price fixing bread or taking taxpayer money for new refrigerators, hey, business is business. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.